Ladies and gentlemen, we are all locked and loaded for SoFi's earnings tomorrow morning. So I wanted to go over some of the data points, what big money truly did do today, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi went up 3.41% today. Absolutely amazing stuff. Largely just piggybacking off of the broader market though. 29.27 the low, 30.20 the high. So it did show a lot of signs that it wanted to really move higher. Even after hours, it's kind of up about 0.8%. So it does look like it wants to hit a new all-time high number prior to the earnings, so that would be a pretty sweet type of transition. But today we did see a lot of volume, so 79.7 million in volume, 70.02 is the average. What was really hyping the broader market up today was this. So Trump saying at pretty much 1 a.m. that there could be a deal with China, and so I think generally this kind of was a anticipated catalyst, one of the many that I did bring up in my video yesterday. So the market seemed very, very hyped up because of this, and plus SoFi a little bit more because FOMO going into their earnings. Nothing coming out from the company itself today, so no SEC filings, no press releases, or anything along those lines. You did have shorts today increase a small amount, 85,000 shares, 8.39% of the free floats being shorted, works it to be 98.82 million shares overall being shorted. So very interesting to see. So shorts overall have been returning leading into their earnings. So I don't know if that's a indication of that they feel that it will really move higher. I already did go over my expectations of what Wall Street's really going to be paying attention to in my video yesterday. But one thing I do want to bring up though is the implied move. So this one actually did kind of calm itself down. So 1 week ago, the implied move was around, I think it was 12 to 13%. Going into their earnings, now it is 9.87%. So almost about a $3 move in either direction is anticipated. That is based on the options. Today, we did see crazy amount of money getting into SoFi, a grand total of 164 million, 133 in calls, 31 in puts, 44% of all the options being done today were bullish in nature. So a net premium of about 5.4 million of a increase. So definitely a lot of big money was getting into SoFi. Aside from all of that though, from a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that, looks like 32 to 34. So that's what the bulls are kind of feeling where it will land by the end of this upcoming week. Bears are anticipating for it to break down, surprisingly, to looks like between that $26 to $27 range. Kind of matches with that $3 move in either direction. So again, something just to just be aware of. These are some of the transactions that did occur on the secondary market above $100,000. So the big one for today was 79.9, 32.8, 11.2. So those were some of the big transactions on the secondary market. Dark pool, you didn't really have too much. So the highest one was about 11.4, 9.05, 4.7. So a little bit more timid. So you didn't see any transactions that were 100 million or above. So most likely all the institutions that were playing SoFi's earnings have already made their bets. Now everyone's just sitting tight and waiting just to see how it will truly play out. I'm optimistic, but at the same time, I've seen SoFi hit triple beats and on their earnings, and they still go down. So anticipate a lot of volatility, but then again, I think given the market and the catalyst, if there is, for whatever reason, a dip tomorrow, you better be sure that there's going to be a hell of a lot of people lined up to buy, including myself. Aside from that, though, with it exactly at $30, kind of pushing a little bit higher, we're 4 cents or 5 cents away from all-time high numbers. So hopefully that hits during the pre-market. That would be pretty sweet if you ask me. But we are trading between this R2 and this R1. So 29.33 is going to be a strong support. Kind of bounce off of that general area for the low today. So we did have that push lower straight away. That wasn't really anything. I think that was more just a couple institutions triggering a lot of stop losses because, yeah, this was bought up very, very fast. So general 29.33, that's a strong support, and it's been tested, and that's going to be something to watch as well tomorrow. But 30.89 followed by 33.41 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. Surprisingly enough, There was no new ratings today, so no bears came out of the woodwork. Probably now they're just all waiting just to see how SoFi's earnings do play out, and then you'll see them pounce depending on what is said and the key metrics and whatever else. But yeah, I think big things will definitely be coming. When it comes down to SoFi on the actual chart, there's not really much negatives to really bring up. It is above all the key moving averages that I generally like to look at. It's also above the 10, so kind of signals that a lot of good momentum. Stochastic RSI is somewhat level, so it's around 61, so it's not overbought nor oversold. Market position, you don't really see that much willing seller, so this thing could get very real very fast and really move higher. And it's just gonna come down to what is stated. So it's gonna be a fun time. We didn't really have all that much in news or any articles along those in that capacity. So I think now people are just sitting tight and waiting. So let me know your viewpoint on SoFi. Are you buying? Are you selling? What's your kind of general thoughts on that? If SoFi, for whatever reason, does kind of hit a new all-time high during the after hours, maybe I'll buy one share. I want to be like the highest single share going into the earnings. I feel like that would be a plaque worthy type of thing. Or even, I guess you can get a certificate and frame that. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I should do that with SoFi. But nonetheless, enough of me ranting. Hopefully everyone has a good rest of the day. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals. As per usual, I put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.